Can you? Welcome to Mixtape Monday Tarot fam. So those of you that are new subscribers, this is where I give you guys the chance to really direct the questions that I ask and the readings that I do. I am going to disclaimer this. There's going to be a lot of starts and stops in this video. I am coughing my brains out with what I am describing as drone flu. There's no drones in the sky here in New Jersey, but I am, and everyone else that I know has this crazy sinus infection. We all sound like this. We all sound super sexy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cover some of the questions that have been in the chat. But if you have questions, please put them down below and I will do my best to answer them. I can't get to all of them because I get a lot of them, but I will do as many as I can. So thanks so much for being here. New subs, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this. It's an homage to my 80s upbringing when we would make mixtapes. So I try and make it as fun as possible. There's no theme that goes on. I just grab questions that are going to be really cool and we cover them. So with that, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to be eligible for a free reading, I do give free readings away to my members. You can join my membership. You get early access to all of my videos. We also do a members only live. I did have to reschedule my members only live for yesterday because I couldn't even talk like this. So today I'm going to be drinking only hot water, lemon, and honey. And there's a stick of cinnamon in here too. So I'm going to try and get myself back to normal for next week because I'm coming off the holiday. I need to get back to work. I need to give all of my new people here as much bang for their sub as possible. So let's get going on this. I'm going to bring up the card view. And for right now, we're just going to be using the standard Rider-Waite. I do have a link to this particular deck in my description of the video. It is an Etsy deck. It's a great deck. It does look weathered and funky, but it reads beautifully and it's not super shiny on the screen. So helps me out a great deal. In addition, I am also going to be pulling out my good buddy, Alicia Wicker. She is another content creator here on YouTube and a psychic. She's amazing. I have her true crime and conspiracy deck here in a little magic box that I keep it in. And we're going to be using that as well because the first question is a doozy. Could you please do a reading on the reopening of Notre Dame in Paris with all the world leaders present? What might be the spiritual or wider significance? So let's see if there is a bigger reason that they're making such a to-do over it. Now, Notre Dame, beautiful cathedral. I was there, and I have been there, I should say. And it's a beautiful cathedral. It was, a shocking, alarming situation when it did catch fire. At any time there is a significant building or monument or something like that that is endangered by fire, flood, et cetera, it's always pretty alarming to me. I am a historian in my regular time. If you go and you look at the books that I'm reading at any given time, they're mostly biographies, histories, those kinds of things. And then there's a whole bunch of odd, weird stuff like this stuff behind me. But I do like to read histories. I was a history minor. So those of you that are new, you're going to hear a lot about Russian history. So I'm sorry. But let's see, is there a bigger, more wider significance to all the pomp and circumstance that is going on around the reopening of the cathedral? Now we know there's those portals. I think tomorrow they're opening one more because today I'm recording this on the 5th. And so I think tomorrow we're going to see another one. So let's see. They are not learning from the past. They are working toward the future, trying to reestablish the balance between good and evil. That's what this is. Not looking backwards, though. We're not looking at the things that we have done in the past. So that is a little bit alarming. Over here, working toward balancing good and evil, but there is conflict and someone's upset at the end of it all. Who is upset? Is it the good guys? It's that's the Pope card, guys. So when we get the Hierophant, that is the Pope card, and that is the leader of the church. The judgment is off on this guy, and he's not very happy about it. A little wild, and we will bring in the True Crime and Conspiracy deck. And again, this is from my girlfriend, Alicia Wicker. She is a YouTuber here. I will give her a shout out. She's a larger channel than me. She is freaking awesome, though. She's one of my favorites. I mean, people, not YouTubers. And I will put a link to her True Crime and Conspiracy deck in here, but I like to give it its own intro. So this is just part of her True Crime and Conspiracy deck. That's why I call it the big deck energy. So I also get all of my crystals from her. So this crystal wand, which I use, and all the crystals that you see displayed on my table are all from Alicia Wicker. So if you are interested in crystals, you can go on over to her website, aliciawicker.com, and scoop up some sound cleansed crystals. Really, they are the best in the industry. So and she'll give you lots of information about it. So let's see what Alicia's True Crime and Conspiracy says. And I got a jump out card. I'm just going to put it there because I am struggling with this big deck energy. So we got the Devil. The Devil has come home. Secret weapon. Oh, I can't say that word on YouTube. Celebrity. What are they trying to do to the Republican? This is all part of trying to equalize the balance between good and evil. I'm just saying it there. Some things are getting in the way. The secret weapon that we're talking about is possibly these portals that we've seen. And I think a lot of celebrities we've seen dancing around and creating a ruckus at Super Bowls, football things, and all kinds of award ceremonies. So let's take a look. Is it the portals? Whoop. Yep, it's the portals. Predictive programming is their strategy. And over here, boom! Cards don't lie, guys. It's a huge deck. It's a huge deck. So what do we need to know about those portals? I am going to clean up this real estate a little bit. I'm going to leave our Pope out. We're going to put these guys on the side. Let's talk about some portals. Should we be concerned? Maybe none of us have to pay those Christmas credit card bills. Maybe things are going to get wild. Things are going to get wild. Yep, here we go. So the effort is going to be to turn things off. I think I'm going to have to watch the, what was that? The Seven Seals or something, the Demi Moore movie. I think I'm going to have to watch that. Maybe it was called The Seventh Sign, Seventh Seal. I don't know, but I think I'm going to have to watch that tonight because this is what they want. They actually want, the portals are to turn everything around. Now, allegedly in the Vatican, there is that time travel machine. You can see that on the Y-Files. I'm wearing my Fear the Crab Cat shirt today. But, you know, maybe that is what's going on. We're going to see tomorrow. We're going to see tomorrow. Maybe there's going to be some weird stuff. I'm always concerned about CERN, though. So, you know, CERN is doing some weird things. Allegedly, they just discovered magic the other day. So, super fun, super fun. Again, shout out to my girl, Alicia Wicker. We're going to keep talking about this thing. So, next question. I got 2 questions from this follower. Will Tyler Perry ever put the wife into one of his shows? And was he truly annoyed at her stunts to take attention away from him, both in person and online at the award ceremony that they attended together? So let's hit the first one. Will Tyler Perry ever have Meghan work for him? Actually, I'm going to switch decks, guys. New followers, you are going to find that I like to switch decks. You know, the best thing that I explain is like it's you know, like different coffees, different teas, you know, they all kind of read a little bit differently, different running shoes. So sometimes we got to use different cards. And this one is going to be the Cosmo Tarot. It's a little darker, feels a little dirty, but it was put out by Cosmopolitan magazine. So I saw it and I was like, oh, that's a weird deck. And then I got it and I was like, oh, it's from Cosmopolitan magazine. What do they know about tarot? So let's see. Will he ever put the wife? No. He will not put her in any of his things. Why? She's out of balance. He has good judgment. She's not honed her craft enough. He will refer her over to people to possibly work on her acting skills. Now, I don't think that she's a great actress. I think she's one of those actresses that is very good at playing herself. So if she can nail a role, if she can land a role that will be very similar to herself, to her actual personality, or the veneer of personality that she puts out there, she can do that up. But if she is challenged with playing something that's a little bit different from herself, it's a little bit more challenging for her. So answer, will he ever put her in one of his shows? No. Was he annoyed at her on that red carpet? I do believe they were either sitting at the same table or she jumped over to the same table. 7 of Wands. Yeah, I think she was a bit much. He wanted to be on his own. 2 of Wands. She was working the whole time. She was, and by working, I mean she was networking. She was really trying to. It was again like the Lion King line where Harry was trying to get her some work. He did get her some work. He got her the elephant thing. I still haven't seen the elephant thing. I heard just a few of the voiceovers from it, and I just was like, yeah, this is not for me. So as much as I like elephants. You know, in his opinion, she's not the right type of actress for the things that he does. So the comedy that he does, the madcap kind of, she's not a comedian. She's, even though she would like to be, I know she kind of auditioned to be a funny person on the Ellen show when she was squatting and listening to the earpiece. It's just not her forte. She's just not very good at it. Her comedic timing is not very good. She takes herself way too seriously. So did he think she took attention away from him? You know, she just didn't know to step off. So that was an event that was honoring him, and she just kept supporting him and hanging out with him and standing by him, and like she was his only friend that was there. And that was like, you're not getting the message, girl. Like, you know, this is, I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine. Like, even if I'm crying, I'm totally fine. 9 of Pentacles, you know, eventually he did get away from her. So, so there's that. So there's that. Tyler Perry. Is Tyler Perry completely, I'm adding this editorial question. Is Tyler Perry completely separated from her now? Like, is he not playing around with that crew anymore, the two of them? Is he not dealing with them? The Hermit, yes. 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups, the Sun, Death in reverse, and 3 of Wands. So, the thing is, he's busy. That's kind of how he's pitching this. Oh, I'm busy. I've got projects going on. I really just can't. Maybe we'll get together and have some fun in the future. Maybe we'll do that in the future. I'm not captain of my own ship right now. I just have too much going on. There is a wide gulf forming between the two of them, between Meghan and Tyler Perry. And I think it really is to kind of preserve his brand, to kind of stay out of the fray and just not be put on a witness list or anything like that. So there it is. All right. This is from the same viewer. Another YouTuber mentioned that yet another Netflix reality show has been proposed for the wife, this time following her path to becoming the next Martha Stewart clone. Well, we know what happened. This question came in a couple of weeks ago. I was wondering if this is true. Who proposed it for her? Who proposed it, her or them? And is it actually envisioned as a clone of the Victoria Beckham series that comes out next year? So, and then there's another question about Emma Marchioness of Bath. And that the show is a copy of her. So we're going to break down all of these questions. We're going to stick with the Cosmo Tarot. And the first question is this Netflix idea or Meghan? So Netflix here, Meghan here. Whose idea was this show? Netflix on the left, Meghan on the right. So I think that it was Meghan's, because this would relieve her of the Duchess duty. So this would create another personality, another character, another assumption of character that she could be. It would free her from that. She is now going to go forward. Over here, the 5 of Cups, I get the sense that they're like, yeah, all right, well, let's throw this spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks. Let's give it a shot. So, yeah, I do think it was her idea. I think it was her idea to separate herself from the Duchess business, even though she used the Duchess name. So I think a good follow-up question to this is, does Meghan even want to go back to acting? Notwithstanding the cooking show, like, does she want to go back to like fiction acting, like playing a role? Three of Cups, yeah, she would like to go back to acting. Page of Wands, she's not finding anything. So the Devil card, the Hollywood machine does not want her. They just don't want her. I think, there's just too much water under the bridge now with the whole royal family business. I just think there's too much that has happened. 9 of Swords, 8 of Wands. She actually, I think, would be really keen on creating her own projects, like developing her own story ideas. I think kind of like that, the book that Netflix bought. I can't remember the name of it, but I think she would rather be kind of her own production house. That's something that I've seen that's going to happen in Hollywood. Do they have the kind of capital to do that, though? Would she be able to create her own like Archwell, like the production studio? Would she be able to do that? One card. Five of Wands, they would need other people to do it. So we'll leave that be for now. So let's look at the next. So does she want to be the next Martha Stewart, or does she want to, is she emulating Emma, Marchioness of Bath? Or well, there's actually, there's four. So there's Martha Stewart. There's obviously Gwyneth Paltrow. There's Victoria Beckham, and there's Emma, Marchioness of Bath. So let's look. Was it Martha Stewart that she was trying to emulate? First one. Was it Martha Stewart? But she wants to do it differently. I don't think she likes Martha Stewart that much. I think she finds Martha Stewart a little bit inaccessible. I think she wanted to be more about friendship and have all these friends. What's a better friendship than Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg? I love that friendship. I think it's adorable. So was it Gwyneth Paltrow? Knight of Swords. She would say no, because it's different what she wanted to do. Even though and I know Trevor Colt and HRH Jen, Real Housewives, were discussing this, and Trevor has the same opinion that I do, that she wanted to have her own royal warrant here in the United States, which is very similar to what Goop did. Goop is a website that you go to, and it has all of these Gwyneth Paltrow approved products. That's what she was trying to do with the TIG. Now I think she's trying to like carve out her own stuff. Like I don't think she really wants to sell other people's stuff. I think she's trying to elevate that idea and create her own thing. So Emma, Marchioness of Bath, was she even aware of this person? Knight of Cups in reverse. The Magician. I think Seven of Swords. Yes, I do think that she took inspiration from the Marchioness of Bath. I think she took inspiration from her show and what she does. So last one, Victoria Beckham. Was she trying to outpace Victoria Beckham? Because apparently Victoria Beckham has a show coming out next year. Victoria Beckham has eaten the same lunch for the last 25 years. So I'm not even kidding. She eats like steamed fish and like steamed vegetables, and like, God bless her, because she is thin as a rake. She's in great shape, and she's adorable. She's adorable. I love her. So was it Victoria Beckham? Five of Pentacles. She was jealous. She was jealous of the Beckhams. I think she's jealous of the Beckhams program that they had on Netflix, which I haven't watched, even though I adore David Beckham and Victoria Beckham. I think she was very jealous of the reception that they got, because she really expected her and Harry to have that kind of reception from the world at large. But, David Beckham standing on that line for the Queen to walk by the Queen's casket, like, how can you not love him? So all right. Let's stick with Meghan here, because there was another question. Does Meghan speak to her father, Thomas Sr.? Now, there is, I'm just going to give you guys your eyes a break for a second. So there is some buzz right now that Thomas is packing up his stuff, burning items that he's not taking with him from Mexico, and he is going to be moving abroad to where people are kinder. I don't know what that means. Like, you're in Mexico, you're in Rosarita. Like, it's a beautiful place. Let's not be ridiculous. Let's have a little bit of this hot water in Fortune Cookies Tarot Cup. It's not tea. It's just hot water with lemon and honey. My whole day will be doing that. I'll be extremely astringent by the end of the day. So let's break down. Is Meghan in contact with him at all? Like, I think that's really what we want to know. Is she in contact with him at all? Death. There's no change, but what does that mean? King of Pentacles. I don't think she's talking to him. Oh, give you a better view, guys. 10 of Wands. Relationship is done. The Sun. Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Swords. I think Thomas is going to write a book. I think she already has her book written, but I think Thomas Sr. is going to write a book as well about, a father's loss. And I think it's going to be written in terms of, this is what I lost. Now, I know there's a lot of discussion about whether the Markles, Thomas Sr., Thomas Jr., and Samantha, whether they're in on all of this. And I don't know. Um, I think that there's, some things that are going on. We don't hear anything from the Raglan side of the family, so they're being very, very quiet and you know not involved. So I don't quite understand, all the publicity and all the actions that they're taking. I'm not going to try to, because you don't know when you lose a family member like that. Sometimes people will tra la la off and join cults and crazy things like that, get in crazy relationships. Yeah, we hear it every day. We hear it every single day. But for her to really cut off every single family member except for her mother is it's odd. It's very odd. Um, it's kind of the, like sloughing everyone off, scrape them off. You know what movie that's from? Scrape them off, Lumpy. Coming right after the Christmas season. So, she just kind of scraped everybody off. So, I do think that there is some issue there, and I just don't think that they would be any different. The Markles would be any different. So, are they speaking? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that there's any involvement there. Is he really moving abroad? Is he really moving abroad, or is this just more tra la la? 9 of Swords, 8 of Wands, Hierophant, Page of Wands. I don't think it's his idea. I think his 2 kids, Samantha and Thomas Jr., are helping. I think they're kind of getting him out of there because it's the milieu of Rosarita. I think the magic and the mystery is gone now, and I think he needs to go plant roots in another place, which is terrible because he's 80. He's an old man. And I don't mean that like I'm not being rude. But that's of an age. He's not in great health. Hasn't had great health in the last few years. So I do think that he is doing a little shuffle. But I get the sense that Thomas and Samantha are going to be more involved with him. There's something that says he's going to be with Samantha a bit more. I think he'll be with Samantha a bit more, because he does need the help, but he feels rootless right now. Rootless. Unfortunate. So, what else? Oh, we're going to go back to the Marchioness of Bath. So apparently, the Marchioness of Bath has seen more interest in her lifestyle productions. So let's see, and she's getting more interest. So I was unaware of her, and I actually am a big fan of lifestyle stuff. Christopher Lowell, I'm a big fan of. I have a ton of Martha Stewart books upstairs. But let's see if she's appreciating the bump. Actually, she's not. Because yeah, it's unfortunate. She doesn't want it coming from those quarters. She does not want her name to be associated with her at all. She wants to do her own thing, and she really, I think it's going to be more of a, like, not official cease and desist, but let's not put those things together. My product is very different from hers, even though it's not now because Meghan's copied it. But I think I think Emma will possibly partner With a larger name, I think she may get some exposure with bigger names for production of product. So that'll be interesting. I mean, she's going to be initially reluctant to do it, but ultimately, I think it will be beneficial to her. But she does not like this. She's like, why can't I just have my own thing? Why does it have to get, the stain, the Harkle stain? So interesting. So this was an interesting question. I typically don't read on the Kardashians, but somebody's asking me, is Kendall pregnant? Or not Kendall. Sorry, I didn't say that. Is Kylie pregnant again? So we're going to go to our pendulum. Kylie Jenner, is she pregnant again? Right now, is she pregnant again? Saying yes. Let's check it out with the cards. See if the cards confirm. I don't even know if she's still with what's his name, Travis Scott. Woo! Yeah. So whoever it is, it looks like it was a hit it and quit it kind of guy. So I don't know if she's still with Travis Scott or if she's going to do like the Chloe thing, like, hey, I want to have one more kid and I want all my kids to have the same parents. Can you donate for a little bit? But it's going to be under wraps. This is going to be like her first pregnancy. It's going to be under wraps. I don't know if it's going to work out the way she wants it to. Ultimately, what do we get here? It's something she really wants. She's very young. I think she's only 26. So, have at it. If I had been positioned differently in life, I would have had as many kids as I could have. I loved having kids. I had easy pregnancies. I had a great time. It was really fun raising my kids. It continues to be really fun raising my kids. My son's a little annoying, but he's just very demanding. Every time he turns around, he needs $1,000, $500. So he's a very expensive kid. My daughter, in the meantime, I'm like, what do you want for Christmas? And she's like, I could use some socks. So very different kids. So Kylie Jenner, I'm gonna say it's a prediction, but I was very surprised to see that. I don't know if that's legit. So I believe in my own skills. Let me grab some tea. This isn't tea, it's hot water. Oh, delicious. Delicious hot water. I will be so hydrated by the end of today. So what's going on with Kendall's dating life? And we're going to switch up the cards again. Throw a little selenite on that deck. What's going on with Kendall? Kendall is actually my favorite of the Kardashians. I like Kendall. I think she's beautiful. Three of Cups. So when that Three of Cups is in reverse, that means that we're indulging a little bit too much. What are we indulging in? Eight of Cups, easy come, easy go. Six of Swords, running out the door. King of Swords. She is not trying to commit. And good for her, if that's the case. She's not trying to get into a really hardcore committed relationship. She's just perfectly fine dating, which I think says a lot about her. I think, everyone else is pinned down or has been in a marriage or a significant relationship out of her siblings. But it's, she really is kind of running her own gig. Now, I've heard, people say, oh, she's actually gay and she's dating the Hadid sisters and this one and that one. I don't know if I believe that, like that all these guys that she's been dating are beards. I think, she's got the pick of the litter What is there not to like about her? She's, she's a model, she's beautiful, she's thin, she's tall, she's all the things. Um, she doesn't have any baggage yet. So, what is there not to like about her? And I think if she is proceeding in life as a solo individual, some people live that life. Some people are very happy not getting pinned down, not getting married, not going through all of the regular routine things that the rest of us do. I mean, I know when I was 27, I felt like I was an old maid, and I got married and I got divorced, within like 2 years. Somebody in my family, my Aunt Marilyn, said, "Who dealt you the old maid card?" And I was like, Am I? I got the old maid card." But I was having a great time. And I think things would have been a little bit different had I not gotten married then. I had a great time with my ex-husband. He's a great guy. I have nothing bad to say about him. Um, but I do think it would have been different. Now, I both of my kids were surprises, and I did not want to have kids. So that again, like I'm now having kids, I would have had as many as I could have. I would have started much younger. So, just some people, it's not. Some people are very, very confident about not wanting to have children. Some people are very confident about not wanting to get married yet. No one has really lit her world on fire that she's like, yes, this is somebody I want to be with. So will she meet somebody? Temperance, 5 of Swords. No, no. I think she is not very interested in getting into a serious relationship now. So good for her. Good for her. So I think that wraps up all of the questions. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I know I have a lot more questions in the chat. Some of the questions that you guys pose I use for long form videos. So I will do like a whole video on it. I do have a 2 for Tuesday coming up, and I'm going to talk about Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds. They're going to be one half, and then the Justin Baldoni individual who she is suing. So 2 for Tuesday, you can look forward to that. You get 2 separate videos on that day. So in the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for being subscribers and members and all the things. My mic just shut off for a second. I don't know why. It switched over to my other mic, so the sound might sound weird. So thank you so much, everybody. I will see you. What am I going to see you in the future?